There's a Mini Cooper gearbox. It's all, basically the bushes are all worn out. You've got gear change bushes and oil seals in here and here, and that shaft that runs up through there. See how worn that is?
Okay.
And then when that one comes out through the top, it's all worn out. So it just makes everything notchy and horrible. The bearings are shot in there. Let's see the play in that. And it'll be better when the end casing's on because it holds it, but they shouldn't have that much play in it. So just a strip down on the gearbox, and all the new parts up. They're all so cheap. It don't, you know, that's the engine all in pieces now. Block clean. Just got to get a new timing chain, new gears for it, but the bores are good. I've plastic aged all the crankshaft, so that's all within tolerance. So you pull off a bit of that, tiny little bit like that, yeah?
Okay.
Lay it across your bearing journal, and then you put your cap on with its bearings, you tighten it up to its torque setting, and however wide that spreads,
oh, okay.
you put that on there. So basically that's got 2 thou. See, if it was that now, it'd be 2.5.
Oh, so it spreads it and then shows
Yeah.
you. Okay.
So you got 2 thou, and they recommend that you can get up to 2.7 on those. So that's within tolerance, and I've done the main journals as well. And it's all okay, it all measures in. So we know we can build that back up with no fear of it blowing the bearings or rattling or banging, you know. Broke a couple of the piston rings getting it out because they were seized in the pistons, but you can get all that. So then it's just get everything super duper clean, and then I can paint it and get it all back together. But it's got all the right casting numbers for the 997 Cooper, which makes it all the right engine numbers. Bores are the right size, even though they're on plus 30s, so it's had one rebuild before. But there's no wear on any of it. Look. There's no scrape marks on the pistons or anything. Just little bits of pickup where it's been sat. So it can all be cleaned up. See, there's plus 30 on there, means it's had a 30 thou rebore. Side thrust bearings are okay, I've got 3 thou on that, which is ample. So yeah, the engine all works out well. The gearbox in's a good though.
So is it just that that movement that's on there that's the main problem?
Yeah, I mean it will tighten up because you've got that bearing I just pulled off with a puller. Sits in there. Goes in there.
Okay.
So and that bolts on there like that. But it's not like a taper bearing or anything like that, so you won't really get any end thrust on it properly. So that is worn out. Because what you've got is cage needle rollers inside there. Like that's probably 4th gear. And that's what you call your first motion shaft. Goes in the end of there. It's got needle rollers inside there, which are obviously not very well, because you can get that much play in it. So I'll have to see if I can get it all apart now.
First thing that normally goes on the gearbox then?
Synchro meshes. This is your gear shifter mechanism there, see that? So that, when that's on there, that's what's called a bulk ring. That spins, that's locked into there, and that section there will push on over those teeth there, see?
Yeah.
To drive that gear. When you change gear the other way, that slides that way, locks over those teeth there to drive that gear, yeah?
Okay.
So basically it feeds them all in smoothly, if you like. See, that's on a chamfer. You can see they're worn out, you see that? So it needs, hence that doing that, wobbling on there would have done the bolt ringing. You could put it back together, but they're pennies, so you know, they're not a lot of money. So for the case of new bearings and new bolt rings on the synchro meshes, nothing else can really go wrong with them. But you might as well do it, you know what I mean?
That's it. And that's what you're most likely to find when you take to pieces a gearbox.
Yeah, I mean, if they're really, really old, you find no smashed teeth and all sorts of things, you know. Get a bigger hammer.
It's a mucky job.
But somebody's got to do it. I do a lot of talking to myself. Nobody loves me. Well, that's the engine and gearbox all completely stripped down. Engine's all good tolerance wise, so don't need new bearings or anything. I've got to get some piston rings because two broke getting it out. Well, one broke. New timing chain pulley that's been damaged by somebody. I'll clean the block down. I've got to clean the cylinder head and all the ancillary parts that bolt onto it. So I know the engine's okay. The gearbox, I've got to go through all the bushes now, all the gear change linkage bushes, and I think the bolt rings have had it on the synchro meshes. They're not bad, but they're no money, so you might as well change them. Like I say, the bearings are gone on that first motion shaft, so I'll have to do those. So basically now just tidy up, clean everything up with petrol and go through it bit by bit, see what's worn, what isn't worn, and then do a parts list, order all the bits up, and then it can all go back together. Sounds simple, doesn't it?
Next week on the workshop. What's all your guys' thoughts on Brexit then?
I can't even be bothered. I don't think it'll make the slightest bit of difference to me.
Cronenberg's going to go up.
Never.
Shit's got serious.
Yeah. Now I'm concerned.